What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tuesday Night Hang. As you can see, I am not Carl Fischer. However, I am Stephen Wright, and you guys are used to seeing me here on the show. I do have a little bit of unfortunate news. Carl has had some issues with kidney stones, actually, and will not be able to join us tonight, but asked me to go ahead and join because we actually have a really, really cool announcement to make. And we're going to have a special guest joining us and give you a little bit of a spoiler to kind of keep you on the hook, just in case you're thinking about taking off because Carl's not here. Carl's actually going to be partnering with a group called Virtual Arts, and let's just say the teaser of this is that we're going to try to create one of the biggest virtual bands in the world. So if that isn't enough of a teaser to keep you on the hook for a couple of minutes, well, I don't know what it is, but yeah, hope Carl gets to feeling better quick. In lieu of Carl not being here, we are going to extend season 2, one more episode. So we are going to have the wonderful trumpet player and great friend of Carl's, Mr. Wayne Bergeron, joining us next week. Sorry if you guys see me looking over, not at the camera. It's because this is the first time I've run the stream and tried to host it at the same time. So I apologize if I look like a bobblehead at some point. There's too many screens, but we'll make it through. So I hope you guys stick around and hang. I see you guys in the chat already jumping in. Thank you guys for wishing Carl well. I know that I know he's actually crashed out, so I'm sure he'll see some of the chat and stuff tomorrow at some point, hopefully. If he starts feeling better. But see you guys jumping in. We got some of the regular crowd shuffling in, so to speak. Prince Hannikin, thanks for jumping in. I appreciate you jumping here at the BMR Golf page here every week. I appreciate it. James Skitka, yeah, Wayne is going to be here. Wayne's a monster. And for those people that don't know who Wayne Bergeron is, if you've seen a movie in the past few years, chances are you've heard him. He's definitely got quite the resume. Himself and Carl have known each other for many years. I've had the pleasure of meeting and talking with Wayne quite a few times through my work with Carl, as well as hanging out at the Warburton booth, talking about the CF horn at all of the conventions that we go to. And so really looking forward to having Wayne come on the show. Him and Carl together. If you could see the text chain from today talking about us having to postpone, you'll know we're gonna have a good time. So yeah, James, definitely going to be fun to have Wayne on next week. After that, we will be taking a 2-week break and resetting. We've gotten lots of great feedback. Going to be coming back for a season 3 after that. Taking a lot of feedback from you guys, what you want to see, and hopefully we just continue to improve the stream and hang out with you guys. And it really does kind of make our Tuesday. I know Carl says the same thing when he's here. So it's definitely been fun. And actually, this is our 20th week now, if you don't count the best of 2 weeks that we did. So let's see. James, we said hello. Chris checking in from Clinton, New Jersey. What's up, Chris? Noah is here for, I believe Noah holds the record for the most consecutive hangs. I know it's Noah and maybe the hang monster Frank Benici is in there for 20 or more hangs with us on Tuesdays. So thank you, Noah, for hanging out as always. Lynn checking in from Cincinnati. George and Brenda from Missouri, who I like to affectionately call Mom and Dad. I appreciate the continued support. I know Dad was disappointed he missed last week. He had his own health issues to deal with. So glad you're feeling better and and back to it. See, there's the Hang Monster. Frank Benici is here. James signing in. Yep. Thanks for all you do, man. I appreciate that, James. I really appreciate you sending all your comments all the time. I think what's most fun for me is not just seeing you guys in the chat for myself, but actually seeing people in the chat talking to each other because they've gotten to know each other over the past few weeks. So that's been a really, really cool thing. Let's see. Marianne checking in from the South Shore of Long Island. Thank you, Marianne. Lori from Saratoga, New York. Heath from Des Moines. Jennifer Scott from Ontario, Canada. Yeah, we got people checking in from everywhere. I think we had Japan and Australia last week. Jennifer Scott. Hey, Stephen, thank you for saying hi, Jennifer. Mike Machman. How's it going, buddy? Appreciate you jumping in again. Scott Linzel coming in from Seattle. Awesome. Really appreciate all you guys hanging out with us. Yeah, James, I'm sure the doc told Carl to kind of take it easy on the high notes for a couple days. So who knows, it might help a little bit of pressure, you know. But we won't go down that road. But appreciate all the feel betters. Awesome. Nick checking in. Hey Nick, how's it going? Lori, love my new CF Trumpet long sleeve t-shirt. I really appreciate you saying that, Lori. If you guys see in the top left-hand corner of the stream, we do have a way for you to support the stream. We're not asking for tickets or anything like that. We want to keep it open. We want to keep it free. We want it to be a fun hang for everybody. But if you guys do feel like supporting the stream, we do have a couple, a long sleeve t-shirt and a short sleeve t-shirt you're able to get at the link that's right above the chat. So really appreciate you, Lori, for saying that. George, Dad says he watched the next day even though he was sick. I appreciate that, Pop. Chris Hannikin, yeah, checking in here. We already said hi. Heidi, Jay, and Carson. I hope Carson is enjoying that CF horn, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I kind of want to get right into it, guys. I'm actually really excited to start talking about this, and rather than me talk about it, we actually I told you guys it was a virtual band. There's probably a little bit better description than that, and our guest is going to be able to talk to you a little bit about that. But really quick, I thought it would be cool, even though Carl is not here in person. It's a virtual band, so why can't Carl make the announcement in virtual reality, so to speak? So check out a little message from Carl here, guys. Hang out.
Change. It's all around us. We feel it. We see it. It can be unexpected. But resistance is pointless, as it will just leave us behind. It can be difficult, bring us comfort, or even reveal new opportunities. My friend and mentor, the late trumpet great Maynard Ferguson, once said, "I am a person of change, and I must be honest to my artistry and my creativity." This creativity shapes the change rather than merely waiting for it to happen. We, the creators, become the innovators as opposed to standing idle. accept the only constant in life is change, only then we can adapt and grow to meet the challenge.
All right. What'd you guys think? I see a couple comments in the chat already. Arnie, yeah, definitely. I appreciate that. Phil, thanks for that. Dave and Ellen, Deborah, awesome. Glad you guys are enjoying it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments there. Also, wanted to send a quick shout to wonderful bass player from the Billy Joel Band is hanging out with us. We got Mr. Andy Shishon in the chat. I see you there, buddy. Thanks a lot for hanging. It's always good. Hope to get to see you in person again soon, buddy. Luis is hanging. George, awesome. Very glad you guys are digging that. Noah says he's up for the challenge. Awesome, Noah. If you saw the full video, which actually we can post the full video in the chat when we get a chance. So hang out for that, and maybe my guest can throw that in the chat on the Facebook page when he gets a chance. But awesome to hear you're up for the challenge, Noah. There was definitely there was 2,213, I believe, was the number of the last. The first thing. So really looking forward to getting you guys involved. Even if you're not a musician yourself, feel free to sign up somebody. Give it to somebody as a gift. Our guest is actually going to talk a little bit about what signing up actually means, what all is involved. How the whole process works, and it actually takes place over a few months. So it's not just that you sign up and you spend 5 minutes and you're done. There's actually a whole lot more to it. You get to become a part of an online community. It's exclusive. You have musicians from all over the world, different types, and a lot of the musicians that have been dealing with the same stuff that you have, if you're a musician out there, not being able to perform live, having contests shut down because of the virus, not having that opportunity to get together. So like the video says, you can either wait for the change to happen to you, or you kind of shape what happens. And our guest tonight is actually helping us to shape that change. And without any further ado, I want to introduce to you from the Virtual Arts Incorporated company, and who you saw the video firsthand, was involved in the first video, putting that together, and we are excited about the partnership with Virtual Arts. So I will bring to the stage, so to speak, Mr. Jake Lyons from Virtual Arts. What's going on, Jake?
Hey, Steven. Not too much. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, man. I am.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're saving me tonight.
Awesome.
Usually I get to just press, but I usually just get to press buttons, and Carl makes everybody happy. But now I got to try to do both.
Yeah, I have all the power tonight. I got the mute button. got all the whole thing going on here. I really appreciated seeing all the love for Carl in the chat.
Yeah, it's
Again,
awesome.
adding my best wishes to him feeling better. Hopefully he'll be back. But
Yeah.
yeah, really exciting. I can let you know a little bit about us and what we do.
Yeah, please.
Kind of at the beginning of quarantine, we noticed that a lot of virtual performances look a lot like Zoom calls or the Brady Bunch, and they're just kind of cobbled together.
Yeah.
So we thought, if we could do this a little more professionally and a little better, what would that look like? So we founded an organization called Virtual Arts. Started with kind of a drum and bugle corps style project, because that was one of the things that was canceled kind of early on because of COVID, was the touring drum and bugle corps that kind of go all over the country during the summer and perform in stadiums, all over the place in the continental United States. So we kind of did a project in the spirit of that, hired a full-time design team, full-time staff to get that done. But once everyone had submitted their music and recorded and done all that, we actually got professional VFX artists involved and audio engineers. We have a team in LA and in Atlanta who actually mixed it a lot better than I could if I were to do it on my laptop here at home. And it turned out a lot better. If you want to see the full video, I'll actually drop it in the Facebook chat. I'll let you copy and paste it over to the YouTube stream as well. But if anyone wants to check that out, I just dropped it over.
I'll do that right now
in the main chat there. So check that out after the stream, of course, and make sure you buy a t-shirt and watch the rest of the stream. But then go and check that out over there for sure. We had over 2,000 people, like you said, sign up and do it the first time. The show is free. It's all copyright free music, so you can stream it, you can download it, you can do whatever you want. It was very, very important to kind of have that kind of a gift, what we can share with the world and try to bring musicians and visual performers as well. We had dancers and color guard as well. So kind of an all-inclusive performance, trying to get people of any age from anywhere in the world, as long as you had an internet connection. You can learn music using kind of our online learning tools, and then submit your video, and then we kind of cut it together and master it and mix it just like you would any studio album. So it actually has this really, really crystal clear, awesome audio. So definitely check that out if you want. Again, free, a lot of fun. And we decided to do it again. Obviously had a great response to the first round. We had over 2,000 people. We want to see if we can even break that record and go even higher. We got every instrument from trumpet to woodwind to percussion to anything you could imagine. If you play it, we'll definitely find a spot for it in the band. It's branded as a virtual marching band, again, because there's a lot of groups that young musicians who didn't get the chance to play in the fall. That kind of sells it short a little bit in terms of the genre. It's called virtual marching band, but it's a mix of contemporary music and big band and electronica and jazz, with a little drum corps flair in there as well, and a lot of Carl Fischer. So that's the coolest part. So if you want to perform with Carl in this giant group, you can do that. Any age, any skill level. We'll be kind of joining forces this fall to make it happen. So you get to kind of play some of the same music, and Carl will kind of solo over the top, and it's just going to be a blast. So like Steven said, when you sign up, you actually get to be a part of the online community. So we have kind of a custom platform that we built out, allows you to sign up, learn your music with kind of scrolling along music. So even if you're like, say, hey, I don't learn music well with sheet music, or I struggle with that, we got you covered. It's a kind of a video with scrolling music. You can slow it down, loop it. Awesome learning tools online. Place on our website where you can upload your video, which automatically formats it for our team to edit. And then while this is all happening, you get to kind of hang out and chat in our online community with musicians from all over the world. We have tons of countries represented. We're big in Europe for whatever reason. We have a pretty good following in Belgium and UK and Germany, which is really, really neat. So kind of all over the world. We have a few live rehearsals too, but those are going to be optional. We know that no matter what time we pick to have rehearsals over Zoom, it's going to be 4 a.m. for somebody.
But they're recorded, right?
Just kind of do our best with that.
Yeah,
they are recorded for sure. So if you miss it and can't be a part of it, you can watch it back as many times as you want. So yeah, it's just a big hang. It's just a lot of fun. It's all just, like I said, any age or skill level is welcome. We're not trying to weed anybody out or turn anybody away. There is an audition for placement. So if you're a professional performer, you get to play very, very hard music. And if you're just starting out, you get a part that's, tailored perfectly for you as well. So it's a blast and it's a challenge no matter where you're at in your performing career. And like you said, you can gift it to others too. So if you know a young musician who might want to do this, you can sign them up as well. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So
yeah,
that's what
man.
we got.
It's when I actually first heard about the project, you guys sent us the video that was the final product, and like you said, everything kind of looks like Zoom calls and stuff right now. Like we could very easily create the Zoom call format on here, but we try to do a little bit of something to put some icing on the top of it. And you guys definitely, it's the production quality was what really stood out to me at first. But at the same time, I don't want people to be discouraged in thinking that they need expensive equipment or anything like that in order to do it. Because if I'm not mistaken, most people did the first round on their cell phone. They just had a cell phone video and microphone.
And that's exactly right. And that's the case for this time around. We had, over 95% probably of it was just recorded on a smartphone. People set their smartphone up, and we have really easy recording instructions, and you hit play on our little like feedback, and you get a custom click track in your ear with headphones, and it just kind of walks you through the show and gives you instructions in between on where to hold your instrument and when to put it up and down and all that. So we've kind of made it, the whole thing start to finish, as user friendly as possible. That was kind of the goal. It's like, let's make this easy enough that anybody can do it. Anybody can come together and just hang out and perform. So no matter, as long as you have an internet connection and access to your instrument, that's pretty much.
Yeah. And it wasn't, if you guys saw, I know that I kind of clipped things up in the video that we showed to you guys, but it's not just instrumentalists, and I think Jake alluded to this when he was kind of giving the intro. But there's color guard, and there are dance teams, and I believe there was some of the I saw the rifles, and I'm not sure what the exact terminology for the rifles is, but the battery teams, things like that. So it's it's a good, cool mix of a little bit of everything. So. It's definitely an exciting thing. So Noah, since you said you're up for the challenge, I can definitely tell you that you're going to have a good time with this. One of the coolest parts of this, in my mind, was also the fact that it's not the one and done type of thing. It's the fact that you do have access to a community of people, and it's there for you to leverage and bounce ideas off of and learn from, and musicians of all different levels. So having that is kind of an invaluable thing as well, especially since in the Facebook world, sometimes good advice gets lost, so to speak. But yeah, man, I think that people are really gonna dig it, and we kind of got into the vibe ourselves by throwing Carl into a green screen room and filming that. That was our first attempt at the green screen room. Our good friends down at All Access Recording in Clearwater, Florida, have an amazing room, and allowed us to come in and do a lot of the recording for the video that you guys just saw. And we'll be releasing that video after the show as well, so you can share it, and hopefully we'll get, like Jake said, 2,213 is the number to beat. And I believe we're over 500 already, right?
Yeah, past 500 this week. We'll have kind of signups going on for the next few weeks. And the earlier you join, the earlier you get access to music. The music's already there. So the second you sign up, you get your audition music. You can submit that immediately. It's really short. Again, it's just for placement. And then as soon as that's done, you get access to the actual music, which is all custom, written by our professional composition team. They all do it for a living. They're all amazing at what they do. We're very, very thankful to have them on board. So it's pretty cool. It's good stuff. And you get access to, once you have it, you get to have it too. Again, it's all copyright free stuff. So, you download the music, it's yours. It's awesome. Just keep moving from there. So we're really excited.
And I think you said the entire project is going to be just over, but like between 7 and 8 minutes, right? So it's an extensive piece.
Yeah.
It's a show.
Yeah. And it does. And it cycles through those genres pretty quick. You kind of shift pretty quick. It's a very dynamic, performance, obviously, like you would with any tune. You hit all those genres, you hit a whole bunch of different movements through it all. And we're going to be airing it sometime in mid-December is the date. Obviously you need several weeks, sometimes up to even a month or more to learn the music. That way you can learn it at your own pace and upload whenever you feel like you're ready. And then after everyone's submitted, we'll have like over 20 or 30,000 minutes of footage that our team has to sort through and line up. So that takes them over a month to do that, which is why it takes several months to do the whole project. But then the final product is awesome. A lot of those single shots you have where you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people on screen at once will take like 8 or 9 hours to render. Like you get the computer, you get it all set up and you hit like go or export or save, if you would on Microsoft Word. And then 9 hours later, it spits out the video. That's just that many files at once, all trying to do
it's
the thing.
pretty
So
crazy. I mean,
it's pretty cool.
Just to give you guys some context, I mean, just the 3.5-minute video that you just saw took up over 60 gig of space on my laptop. So it's like it's imagine having a full blown show with 2,000 plus people all submitting audio and video, and it's pretty daunting task. So the fact that you guys are wanting to do it a second time, that says a lot.
Yeah, we're up to the challenge. Hopefully other people are as
man.
well. But for us, it's a lot of work, but for people who join, it's not a lot of work at all, thankfully.
Yeah.
So made it easier on the user.
Yeah, and you kind of talked about the time frame a little bit. Like you said, when people sign up, they get access to the community, and then it's over time. There's some scheduled rehearsals, some things like that. But it does take a little while to put together. You said that the proposed release date for the entire project would be, and you said end of December, early January. Is that what you said?
Mid-December. Yeah, we're looking at either the 19th or the 12th right now, kind of going back and forth, but it'll be one of those Saturdays. It'll also be rewatchable and downloadable too. So we'll stream it live, over kind of like a medium like this at that time. But then immediately after, we just upload the super 4K version of it so that you can watch it over and over if you want. Again, it'll be free. So easy to check out anytime you want.
And the fact that you guys were able to get the quality, that, I mean, it says a lot to the production team. I know there's some 3D modeling that was in there. I believe you said that you I don't want to speak out of turn, but I believe that there was a uniform manufacturer involved in the design of an actual uniform, and that you saw on the lead drum major. So it's a pretty big team.
Yeah.
So you guys have like weekly executive meetings and all this. So this is for real, guys.
We do. I have a lot of Zoom meetings these days, but it's all a blast. It's cool because it's the hang is great. It's all my friends. We're just kind of doing the thing and get to do this as kind of a side project. This is no one's full-time job. This is not an organization that puts food on the table for us, but it's kind of a gig that we do because we really enjoy it and we think it's really valuable to the music community and the performance community as a whole.
So, and everybody can see on the screen, you have instruments in the background there. Were you one of the little squares?
Well, I'll leave that to the keen eye. You have to go back and look for me. But yeah, I play the big xylophone back here. That's my instrument of choice.
No, it'll be really cool if you guys are a musician. Definitely get involved. I know Carl is really excited and wanted to be here for the announcement himself, but he was at least able to do it in his little virtual 3-dimensional green screen studio that took so many hours to create. I don't envy you guys at all.
Yeah, video editing is no joke. Seriously, it is hours and hours for every 2-3 seconds that I have gotten a new appreciation even watching just like movies, because you're like, oh my gosh, these people, like, knowing how much it goes into our tiny little 10-minute or 7-minute thing, like they're producing 2 hours of content. Like, no wonder it takes 2 years to make a movie.
Yeah, I think for the 3.5-minute video that we just showed, I think there's between 42 and 45 hours into it just for that. So so I'm gonna play it a lot. I'm just gonna increase the views count myself.
I appreciate that very much.
I'm just gonna watch it over and over again. But definitely, what are you guys thinking in the chat? Do you guys have any questions about this? I know if you're a musician, if you have any questions, I'm sure Jake is more than happy to address anything. If you guys have any questions about Carl's involvement in the project, I'm sure that talk about that a little bit. And then, like we said, Carl's going to be back next week on the normal time for the Tuesday night hang. And yes, Bobby, Unfortunately, no Wayne tonight. If you're just joining us, Carl actually had a health issue, so he had to take the night off. But he'll be back with his special guest Wayne Bergeron next week. So definitely want to have you guys back for that. So let's see. Let me take a look at the chat here. Noah's phenomenal. There we go. Frank Benici is very cool. Yeah, Jake put the link there. Thank you for that, Jake. Nicholas, late joining. How is everyone? Staying safe and vigilant. Need a prayer for my brother. Thoughts going out for your brother, Nicholas. Hope you guys. I hope everybody in all these times is staying safe, and definitely love having you guys here. So, so Jake, just a little bit about the process of when somebody signs up and they go through. What can they expect from the point that they sign up? I mean, do you guys have continual communication with everybody? Is there updates and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can make an account for free, so that you can kind of poke around and see on the site and look around. Then you kind of pick your instrument or your section or whatever you want to play. You can do more than one if you want. There's a discount if you pick more than one as well. Lots of people do several. And as soon as you do that, it drops you your audition music, which again, just for placement to kind of make sure that you get a part that's challenging for you, no matter if you're a professional or you're just starting out on your instrument. There's definitely part of the show that you can play, and you get featured just as prominently, no matter how skilled you are. Carl may get featured a little more prominently than everybody else, but everybody else will be on the same playing field, no matter how talented or experienced you are, of course. And then from there, you immediately have access to all of the chats. We have kind of a giant like Slack channel. It's like Discord, or any of the online communities where you have access. There's a social chat, which right now is blowing up with a lot of pet pictures. So any time of day, I just get dozens and dozens of pictures of cute dogs and stuff. So if you need to pick me up, that's always a great thing. There's specific chats to each individual section. So if people are asking questions about music, hey, in bar 4, what about this? And then there's people who are supporting. If someone says, hey, I'm having a tough time with this trumpet double tonguing thing, what do you recommend? Someone's like, hey, have you tried this? So there's a lot of back and forth and supportive. And as soon as you sign up, you immediately get access to all of that. And it's really, really neat to be seeing that. You have, time to learn your audition music and then submit it. It's again super short. We make the auditions short on purpose because our staff has to watch thousands of audition videos. So to cut down on their time, we make it really, really condensed, and they can tell pretty quickly usually what part's going to be appropriate for someone. As soon as you submit that and get those results back, usually within a few days, you get access to the music, and you can take as long as you need to, a week, a day. If you want to learn it all in an afternoon, you can. If you want to take some time and use the online learning tools to learn your music over several weeks, you can. And then when you're ready, there's really easy upload instructions. Again, you can record yourself with your cell phone. I promise our audio engineers will make your track sound amazing. If you're out of tune, or if you're a little bit out of time, still great. They can still fix it in post, I think is the industry term. And from there, you just get to hang out, and we have clinics and stuff, and we have featured guests, and it's just a lot of fun. And that kind of all happens over the course of a couple months. And then that last month, it's the editing team, again, the VFX team and the audio team is just hard at work, just thousands and thousands of files, making sure that it's ready to get released on time. And then it gets released in a big live stream. We all celebrate, and then it's kind of uploaded where people can watch it as many times as they want after that. Noah asks, how do I sign up? The link right there, actually, if you go to, I think it's fishmusic.com/VMB. Correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, that should have the link that takes you to our site.
Yep, it'll actually redirect them directly. So that's the best way, Noah. So
and again, you can make an account for free. You don't have to pay to sign up. You can choose what sections you want to do for that, or what instruments you want to do. But if you want to go make a free account and poke around on the site and kind of get a feel for what it looks like, definitely feel free to do that.
And just so we have transparency with everybody, when you do sign up, and like you said, you can sign up for the membership for free and kind of check out the site. There is a small fee to be involved to actually become the full member. And if you want to talk about that a little bit, Jake, I just so everybody understands the full details.
Yeah, so we feel really strongly that musicians should be paid for their work, and that goes on all sides. So from composers all the way to audio engineers, they spend years and years and years training and going to school and honing their craft. We are not able to pay them what you would pay a normal professional, but we can pay them some. So it's $40 to participate for the fall. It's about $8 a month if you spread it out over the months that you get to be a part of the community and be a part of the group. So we try to keep it at that price because it's attainable for almost anybody at that point. Making it more expensive puts it out of reach for some people. I know there are some people who, that is still a stretch, but for the most part, that allows us to compensate those audio engineers who are literally spending hundreds of hours each, carefully scooting one audio track over at a time to line them up and make sure everything's in tune. And kind of pay for that work. So everything that we make goes right back into the group. Obviously, we have a scholarship fund that we do for young musicians as well, which is really important. So it supports the scholarship fund, and then it covers the work of actually taking it from that Zoom call Brady Bunch level to the actual professional level, where it's mixed properly and the video is done properly, and there's the VFX and it's all 3D and it looks like an actual production.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool, and like you said, we understand, it's tough times right now, but when you really look at it, $40. I know I was looking into the cost of private lessons and things like that, and just a local pro in my area, you're charging anywhere between $75 and $75 and up for an hour lesson. So the fact that
just one.
So for $40, the fact that you get to play an all original show, you get to be involved in the community, you get to have a product at the end that you can save and share, and then you have the experience of being involved at all ages. And actually, that brings me to a question. Elizabeth, checking in from Texas, asks, Jake, how old was the youngest member that participated in the last video?
6th grade. I was 11 years old.
Really?
And then we had people also in their late 70s. So the range of ages that we had represented was pretty astonishing.
Yeah,
cool.
That's really cool, because you mentioned the audition, and for people that joined a little bit late, just so you don't think that you're being, you're going to either make it or not. The audition, like Jake said, is for placement, and there's different levels of the music that are written to accommodate those different levels. So that audition is for the placement of that. It's not like if you want to be involved, you're not going to be able to if you don't feel like you're playing up to the bar or anything like that. I'd be scared for myself.
Yeah,
Jake kicked
actually.
me out.
I'm glad that I'm on the administrative side mostly.
Yeah, but yeah. So thank you for that. So 6th grade was the youngest. Let's try for 5th grade this time.
Yep, that's the goal. That's the goal for sure.
Yeah, I started band in 5th grade. So
yeah, I think a lot of people did. Literally, if you are just starting out on your instrument, like we'll have a part scaled down. If you feel like you can't play it, or you can't play it well enough and you submit your video, I promise you, like, we have professionals, they're going to make you sound amazing. Again, we'll do it all in post. We'll clean it up. We'll line it up. They have a lot of experience, and they also have a whole rep now. They know how to do it. So we know it can be done because we've done it once, and we know that it'll sound great again the second time.
It's awesome, sure. Man. Let's check in here. So Noah, we got you the sign up information. It's there to the right of me. I do this over there, above Jake there. So there's your sign up link. We'll also be posting it in the Facebook chat, and also when we release the official video after the stream is over, you'll see it there as well. Let's see here. Marianne just ordered my CFT shirt. Appreciate that, Marianne. Thank you for supporting the stream. And also, James, I want to thank you, James, for the very generous donation that you made as well. Appreciate you taking the time to do that. So What other questions do you guys have? Obviously, since Carl's not here tonight, I'll be here as long as you guys want to hang out. If you guys have questions about anything, I won't make Jake stay on the entire night unless you want to hang, Jake. You're welcome to, man.
I gotta get up early, but I'll hang out for a little while if people got questions.
How early is early? Because I have a gigantic American Staffordshire Terrier that he's my alarm clock. He's a big paw that just smacks you in the middle of the chest every morning around 6:15.
Yeah, it's around that time. We're looking at the 6 o'clock
Yeah.
range usually for me. I like the mornings. I'm a lot better at 9 a.m. than I am at 9
Yeah.
p.m. This is my calmest part of the day for sure.
Well, just a couple of other questions that I'm seeing come through over text messages. What were some of the difficulties that you guys ran into the first time trying to produce such a large scale project?
Well, we had a bunch, and that was one of the best things is we were able to learn from all the mistakes we made the first time. The first was we had everybody upload to a local computer. We had one of our VFX artists out in LA. He's got it's like a $10,000 computer. I mean, just a monster of a rig. Everyone, of course, waited till 11:55 p.m. the night the video was due, the very last day you can submit, and it crashed.
That's what due dates are.
So we had the whole thing completely conk out, so we had to redo a bunch of stuff. We are now hosted on Amazon web servers, so our files are now hosted somewhere on the West Coast in California with terabytes and terabytes of capacity at this point. So that was one thing that we were able to iron out pretty quickly. And the next is just the music learning process as a whole. We gave everybody about 4 weeks over the summer to learn that almost 10-minute show, and people were really feeling the pressure for sure. So we actually extended that out. It's going to be more like 6 to 8 weeks to learn the music. If you sign up late, obviously it's less time, but if you sign up soon, you have several months to slowly get the music. It's a little bit of a shorter show too. Again, it's like a 6 or 7 minute production this time around. So slightly less music, a lot more time, going to make everyone a little more comfortable in terms of the learning process, and they can dial it in. And I think that'll actually make it better for the editing team as well, because if the parts are more aligned and more correct, they don't have to do as much behind the scenes work to make them in tune and in time and lined up with the other, thousands of people that we have. So those are probably the two biggest things, just trying to make it easier again on the the performer side, to make it easier from start to finish for the users. So we're really, really excited because we feel like we've dialed those things in.
That's awesome. Got another question from Jason asking, is this show going to be appropriate for those outside of the marching band community?
Yes, absolutely. So again, if you missed it earlier in the stream, we're talking about it's branded as virtual marching band because we have a pretty big following in the pageantry and marching community. Again, it was kind of born out of the idea of creating a virtual drum and bugle corps. So the groups that tour around over the summer and perform in stadiums and do that, basically professional marching band. But it turns out that a lot more people besides those people were really excited about virtually performing. So it's branded as virtual marching band to kind of reach out to those who can't do, young students who can't perform in their high school marching bands this fall. But we have every instrument under the sun available. And again, the show is going to be contemporary, big band, electronica, jazz, a lot of stuff in style that Carl Fischer, you associate with Carl Fischer. So it's branded as marching band, but it's a lot more contemporary and a lot more expansive than that. And we do that intentionally. We do that so that we know we can make it more accessible and more enjoyable for more people. And that's what we're about, just kind of connecting people through music.
Yeah, and if you guys watch the full performance that they released previously, I mean, it's quite a few different styles. There's even a hip hop artist in there. So it's definitely wide open for everybody to participate, which is one of the things that I really like. I actually already reached out to a few teachers that are friends of mine, saying, hey, you might want to show this to your students, because a lot of school systems, being closed, things like that, they weren't able to have their marching season, football games being canceled, no halftime shows, things like that. So still being able to garner that experience, and in some ways in an even more massive scale. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, you're going from where I went to high school, there was like 25 people in the band program, and now you're talking 2,200 in your show. So that's a pretty cool experience, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a very different sound
Yeah.
too. Like it was a kind of a curiosity of ours. Like, what does 350 trumpets sound like all
It
playing
sounds
at once in the same
glorious.
note? Like we actually got, yeah, it sounds of it. Like the frequency range is crazy. Like you play an A flat and you don't just get an A flat, you get all these overtones and this rich sound, and it's wild. Like it's something that you don't get live. Like we can't get 350 trumpets to play live together, but we can get 350 recordings of the identical music and line them up perfectly and mix it, and then that sounds like this big warm rich, which is why you get this like kind of studio
Yeah.
sound. This is like kind of very reverby echoey sound. It's because it's so many people playing at once.
Have you ever been to the International Trumpet Guild conference or anything like that? Because you actually can get 350 trumpet players all playing at the same time, and it can be it can be good in this sense, and it can be not good in others.
I bet it's loud.
It is. But no, that's awesome. I don't want to keep you too long, Jake. I know we've been talking for almost 45 minutes already. So I definitely appreciate you coming on and showing everybody what's going on. At the end of the stream, before I sign off, I'll run the video one more time so those that join late are able to see it. We're going to be posting it and sharing it, and it's actually already out on Carl's YouTube page. It's already available through Facebook, so we'll be sharing it out to everybody and all of the different forums and things. Share it with all your groups. Share it with your school systems. Are you guys doing anything with the like for band directors and things like that might want to get their students involved?
Yeah, so we actually do full band discounts. So if your entire band wants to get involved, everyone gets some money off basically to get to do that as a whole. So if you have your whole band program, especially those who have marching band canceled for the fall and don't get to perform or hang out or do any of that, definitely talk to your band directors there. Would love to get in contact with them and get a full group discount on that. So definitely do that. I also see another question in the chat. Noah again, after I learn the music, should I record and send a video of me playing it? Yes. So we have really easy recording instructions. You get a click track in your ear. It gives you instructions. It gives you a count in. It gives you a track to play along with the whole time. So it guarantees that you line up. So the recording is very easy. You just need like your phone. You can use your laptop or an iPad or a phone or a tablet or whatever you want. Don't need any fancy gear. Don't need a fancy mic, anything like that. You just kind of set it up on a stack of books or something. That's what I did. And you hit play and you just play along with the track and then submit it, all done kind of on our website. So made it very, very easy in that sense.
Now that doesn't mean if you're a professional musician or you have, you have a little more thorough equipment that you can't use that. So,
yeah, exactly.
Use the tools that you have at your disposal. So, at the end of the day, everybody gets the opportunity to be involved. Like I said, we're definitely excited about it, and I know it's actually funny thing is that this project actually inspired me a little bit because when I got sick back in January, and the first notes I've played were actually on flugelhorn at the end of the video that you guys saw. The first notes I played since January 24th. So.
It's pretty good. I thought it was Carl, to be honest with you. So
well, I take credit for all of that stuff that he played.
There you go.
Actually, I can't do that at all. Just the flugelhorn part, and even then, I was happy that he played over the top of it and added the what can only be known as Carl on. So.
Right. Yeah.
But thanks a lot, Jake. I appreciate you joining last minute and helping me out with covering for Carl in his illness today. But I'll definitely let you drop since you got to get up early. Everybody in the chat, if you're wanting to hang, I'm here. If you guys have questions about the channel, if you have questions about the project upcoming. Like we said before, right above where Jake is and to my right, you're seeing the link of where you can sign up. we'll have more information about that moving forward. But with that, Jake, I will leave you to your evening, and me and the chat are going to hang for a few minutes.
All right. Thank you so much again for having me on the
Yeah,
show. Carl, if you're listening, I hope you feel better, my guy. Please get some rest, and I'm excited to see you back next Tuesday.
Awesome. Thanks, Jake. All right, guys. So, what do we think here? What are we thinking? If you guys don't have any questions, we can just end it now, and I have no problem. I know you guys are here to talk to Carl, and I definitely appreciate those of you that have hung out, so far with us this evening. And I'm actually really excited about this project. So I think it's going to be a really, really cool thing for everybody, and I know Carl is excited about it as well. So if you guys don't have any other questions coming into the chat, I thank you for joining. And you know what? I'm going to run the video one more time for those people that joined a little bit late. And like I said, we're going to extend season 2. This is episode 10. We're going to extend it one more episode next week once Carl gets healthy again. And like I mentioned, we'll have our special guest, Mr. Wayne Bergeron, involved as our guest next week. So we're really excited about that. And we will definitely look forward to having you guys back for the Tuesday night hang next week, Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And until then, I will let you guys go. Take care. Be safe.
Change. It's all around us. We feel it. We see it. It can be unexpected. But resistance is pointless, as it will just leave us behind. It can be difficult, bring us comfort, or even reveal new opportunities. My friend and mentor, the late trumpet great Maynard Ferguson, once said, "I am a person of change, and I must be honest to my artistry and my creativity." This creativity shapes the change rather than merely waiting for it to happen. We, the creators, become the innovators as opposed to standing idle. When we accept the only constant in life is change, only then we can adapt and grow to meet the challenge.